This is not a straightforward question, but we have to make use of the pattern. What we can do, divide numerator and denominator by m square n, and while dividing the denominator by m square n, divide this by m and divide this by m times n. Then it will become dividing this by m, let us designate this by am. This implies this will be an. So what we have is essentially now. If you expand, how will that be? First, start with m equal to 1, then n 1, 2, 3 and so on. Then we have to go for m equal to 2. Now let us just list that. It will be like 1 by a1 times first term m equal to 1, n equal to 1. Then m is still 1, but n will change to 2. Then and so on. Next iteration m becomes 2. Right. Instead of adding like this, think about adding in this fashion. Then all these, etc. If this is the summation S you are looking for, S is also equal to retain m and n. Now if this is the first term, then second term, third term, etc. Instead of 1, 2, 3, then it is 1 by, which is fixed. a1 is fixed, but this is changing. n is changing here, m is fixed. So it is an times an plus am. Now why should we do like this? Now S is equal to this summation, it is also equal to this summation. Now add. If you add, now this sigma is still same. So when you add these two summations, what will you get? able to understand? Suppose you have sigma k and then sigma k squared. You are adding these two. It is sigma of, suppose this is k equal to 1 to n, this is also k equal to 1 to n. Since these two are same, what you can club and write it as sigma of k plus k square. Similarly, sigma is still same for these two, like k and like k squared. Now you can write it as then if you take this as common factor, what will you get? 1 by an plus am times 1 by am plus 1 by an. Numerator anyway will get cancelled. So 1 by an. So 2s will become see, for a fixed m, n is changing. When n is changing, for this loop, am will be constant. So you can take am out. This is in product. Am times an. It is like sigma I equal to 1 to n, j equal to 1 to n. Let us say I squared j. Suppose you fix I as 2. For I equal to 2, j will run from 1 to n. Then what will happen to this? 2 square times 1 plus 2 square times 2 plus 2 square times 3 and so on. The 2 squared anyway will be common. So you can as well write this as, that is sigma of 1 by am times now my question is, can you write it as this product? Now what is this? 1 by a1 times plus 1 by a2 times then 1 by a3 times and so on. Now if you write like this, it is one by a1 times this plus 1 by a2 times all of this plus 1 by a3 times all of this. So these two are equivalent now. But this summation will be same as this summation. This summation is after all what? Yeah, this This summation is same as this summation. So it is essentially so far it doesn't matter whether we have written am or 3 power m by m. So far it didn't matter, but now for final summation we have to substitute as to what this am is. Now 1 by am is nothing but m by 3 power m. Hey, Pesa, what is this summation? What? Okay, let us define S dash to be this alone. Now it will be 1 by 3 plus, write it as 3 squared, if you want to convert into our standard form of AGP, then the GP should start from 1. So let us take this 1 by 3 out. If you take this 1 by 3 out, then it is the AP is 1, 2, 3 with common difference 1, and the GP is 1, 1 by 3, 1 by 3 squared, etc. Common ratio 1 by 3. So this is 1 by 3 times. Now what is the summation of infinite AGP? First term by 1 minus the common ratio plus common difference times if you simplify you will get this to be 3 by 4. If S dash is 3 by 4, this is what? 9 by 16. Right. Therefore, what is S?